anybody.
But there'll be.
Oh, forget it then.
Being that it's 4 o'clock, we will call the Mountain Bay Metropolitan Police Department Oversight Board to order. Item number 1, call of the roll.
Yes, Ms. Wyland? Here. Mr. Pincinel?
Present.
Mr. Maloney?
Here.
Mr. Helgeson?
Here.
Mr. Mortensen?
Here. Item number 2, announcements and statements from the audience. Got a big crowd out there today, but
One at a time.
anybody-
One at a time. Yeah.
Anybody online? See this? Nobody's online. Okay. Item number 3, we have minutes of the previous meeting, Oversight Board meeting minutes of October 16th, 2024, and the Oversight Board meeting minutes of November 13th, 2024.
To approve meeting minutes from October 16 and November 13, 2024 as presented.
Right, motion by Pennisult, second by Helgeson. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is approved. Item number 4, day-to-day operations, health insurance benefits. I assume, Jeremy, you want to run with that and
Move that, we move that just to the end,
sure.
so we can discuss everything in case there's other things we can just.
Okay, we're gonna put that at the end. Okay, item number 5.
I need a motion to change the order of the agenda.
Need a motion to change the order of the agenda.
So we've been doing it wrong in Weston all this time?
Depends who does it. But yeah.
Okay, all right. All right.
Move to suspend the rules and move item number 4 on the agenda to item number 11.
Okay,
I'll second that motion. to
Pennisult, second by
suspend,
Maloney.
to move and to put it at the end.
All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion is carried.
Thank you.
Okay, item number 5, discussion and possible action regarding civil engineering services for the building. Who is gonna run with that? Sure. Okay, Ryan?
So we put this on here, essentially the kind of the next steps moving forward from Bolt's perspective is, and we'll get into it later today, but with the design of the building coming more to fruition, the next step in the process is to look for civil engineers. So what I'd be looking for from the board today is to have a motion that would allow for us to start seeking bids per se, or at least I wouldn't say interviews, but at least prospects, I'm gonna say, for civil engineering firms that can then take us to the next step, giving this building to fruition.
What kind of dollars are we talking?
We're not sure yet, that we don't have that.
Oh, okay. So you'd be looking and then bring it back to the board?
Correct.
Oh, I'll move.
Some recommendations to people to explore.
Yeah, JDS and REI.
Okay.
Those are local.
Mark, you would,
I'll make that motion,
Go ahead.
for action regarding, civil engineering services per building.
okay, second that.
Okay.
Okay, motion by Maloney, second by Pennisult. Any other questions? Yes, Jim?
Did we add Freeland to that list? Tim Freeland?
Yeah, that was just two that they.
No, I get it, but I've used those other two and they were 3 times the cost of Freeland.
Got it.
And I know money doesn't matter here, but if we could save a couple bucks, I'd be okay with that.
Freeland with a V, right?
Yep, yeah.
I've used him. Yeah, I've used him
He's
too.
a good guy. Yeah.
Local, yep.
All right, add that on
In
there.
Weston, so he's not local here, but he's right down the road. Sure.
Well, the building's.
Okay,
Any other questions? Any other discussion? All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? That motion is passed. Item number 6, discussion and possible action regarding the police department building design. I assume Jeremy, you're gonna run with that?
Yeah, we've completed a lot of renditions on the building, and I think we're at a workable stage on the building. I don't know how we want to do that with the plans, and I know it's tough to just sit here and look at it because there's a lot to digest in it. I did pass it out, I was looking for Jamie at the meeting the other night, I didn't see her, and Jim got a copy because I saw him at a meeting the other night, and I didn't get any to you guys, I apologize, but
I just got to look at it.
the other ones were so small that it was really hard to look at it, so. This isn't my building, this is the municipality's building, so I think everyone should have a voice in it, and I went through with the officers and staff members, some of them, and everyone really likes it. There were some changes that came up, so I think we need another rendition, but this is a good point to look at it and come up with a different plan. I like the outside, and then Jim told me it looked like a car dealership, and now I don't like the outside. So anyway,
See it?
so I just think it should be an open discussion on what we have here, and Sizing was a big concern of mine, and I tried to get it to a point, municipal court is in there, that we weren't super big, but we were big enough that we can handle the staff that we have and into the future a little bit, so.
The only things that I thought of was an interior drainage. So that there's no outside drainage, so that you don't have any ice buildup, especially with the roads going on each side. Is there also an entrance off the back from East Everest?
There is.
Did I see that? Okay, so it's gonna come, in other words, you just go straight and you can enter there.
Most employees, but the front entrance is a community center drive for everybody.
Right. I like it, and I think a lot of things look like this now. And then the only thing I would maybe consider, and we don't have to do it too expensive, but is bollards. So that a car can't,
To build to the
I'm
building.
a little upset and it's 11 at night and my car would look good inside that building, so.
That's a good
But you can put boulders there instead of bollards, so whatever. But I mean, do you do that? Do you include it or do you do it later? I don't know, but everybody's putting bollards. There's big red balls that are made by,
Yeah,
Wausau
Town.
They're in
Yeah,
front of every target in the country. So
yes. It's a good idea.
anyway, just a thought.
I didn't get a chance to look at it. What's the square footage and how many parking stalls?
The garage has 20 on the inside. We roughly have a fleet of 30 right now. The inside of the building,
There's 10 on the road all the time, yeah.
well, I'm trying to be cost effective. And I don't have numbers on this yet, so that's always a concern of mine, is cost effective. Would it be nice to have everything in the garage? Yeah, it would, but I just don't know where we are on cost. The inside's about 14,800, I think is what's on there. However, when you lay it out, I don't know if we can go any smaller than that. That's part of the other concern.
What about the shed in the back? That's for what?
Storage of,
And storage stuff?
yeah, because we always need external storage for, you never know what we're gonna grab. So I've been cleaning up the Weston building right now.
Mhm.
And we have Jaegers coming to tow some stuff. I talked to Michael today because there were some grates from the inside. We're trying to get that outside cleaned up. There's cars on the inside. Some of those cars have been there for 20 years. There's no titles on these things, and we're trying to get some titles on stuff. And we always have stuff that we have from crimes, or you need to dry stuff or bicycles. And but I'm not going to keep this stuff for 20 years like it is over there. So I'm kind of embarrassed to say it's been there for 20 years. Aren't you a little bit?
Well, it's not your embarrassment. So it's former people that allowed it. It got to a point where they were saying yes to a lot of service agencies, and I actually made a call one day and said, that's enough. That we don't have this land here to have another trailer that, for cheese curds. And I know that we actually had a request the minute we built our new building, is that somebody wanted to put some stuff back there. I goes, absolutely not. How do you say no to 20 more vendors?
20 more.
Cars with smashed windows and ice shacks and trailers and.
You just gotta stay consistent. So the easiest add-on though would be the garage. So if this comes in reasonably, and that would be something that you could put another row in. I know right now it's outside with a cover, but it'd be harder to do something up in the administration area. If you were gonna add on anything. So just a thought.
Yeah,
And
I really think that everyone should take a look at it and give an opinion, because after today, I'm gonna go back and call Tom and have him do some renditions to things. So I would like to hear what everyone, sees, and might be worth passing it around to look at it. And the main one is the interior print on it, but that exterior building of some sort needs to be done at the time, because we need storage. We got a lot of stuff.
We have dual bathrooms, men and women, right?
Yes, we have men's and women's locker rooms.
Stuff.
Yeah,
Good.
and then we have bathrooms up front. They're just bathrooms, okay? We're talking
Homemade.
toilet sink, not anything special that anybody that comes in the waiting room, court, stuff like
You
that.
can use it, yeah.
Right, they're not big bathrooms by any means, but you don't really want big bathrooms for the general public anyway. So
that storage building, how big is that? And
I just put it tentatively 60 by 80.
60 by 80? And how many public outside parking stalls?
I didn't count how many stalls are on there, but
40 for the public.
Okay, 40 for the public.
40 for the back. Are you including in the back for public?
No,
Oh,
the back is not public.
there's that many? I think
36, that would be additional.
I personally don't want any curb in the parking lot. I just want a sheet of asphalt.
Plenty of outside.
Good luck with planning at Weston. So.
So plenty of outside parking, and that storage building
Okay,
sounds
all
pretty
right.
good size too.
We'd like to turn it a little bit and get 3 bays on it, and all we want in there some electrical, some lighting and concrete floor. It doesn't have to be insulated, just a basic building that we can use for storing stuff out
That's a
there.
big, gee, that's big, that's
Well,
big.
how big is the building we have right now? Or the,
Got two outside buildings. How big are
yeah,
those?
we have two, I don't know, I'd have to measure. It's gotta be 40 by 60 at least.
Ooh, it's bigger than
Yeah,
that.
it's bigger. I mean, you can, the east garage, you can have vehicles too deep and still have room. And then there's 4 bays.
Yeah, 60 by 80, I mean, in my previous life, I had a 40 by 80 horse farm.
That's almost 5,000.
And that's 10 stalls and hay and a back room and an inside, walkway. And that was a huge building for me. It is.
But here's an example though, is we have a truck and a trailer that hit that kid on Volkman Street that's sitting in the building out there because
Oh,
we're sitting on it until we can get a resolution on the case.
we can have vehicles in there too. Okay.
That's why we have to stop in there, stuff
Get
like
longer.
that.
Right.
Anybody else on the board questions?
I have a bunch of comments.
And, yes,
I don't know if you wanna go page by page.
Can I just go one?
yes.
So if the 60 by 80, right now it's 80 lengthwise, wouldn't it be better to have 80 following the back lot line in case we had to bring the building a little bit more? No?
Correct.
Okay.
I want to turn it and put three
Oh, okay.
doors on it.
And then
There's only one on there.
get to the other corner too. And not where the entrance is coming off of East Everest, right?
Yeah, there's a picture in there. You should put a drawing on there so I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't really want any islands in that back parking lot.
It'll be here. Or it's a little bit-
You don't want any
Yes.
side.
Oh, I want it around the building and the parking lot, not in the parking lot. We got cost on plowing the thing. And when you're bringing big trucks in or turning records around or anything like that, it's just nice having a big sheet of asphalt and not anything in the way of it.
Right.
And then we're looking at maintenance down the road too. So I think we should kind of all go through whatever anybody has. However you want to do it, or
Like school circle around this thing or what?
yeah, it's okay. Why don't you come out on the end here and then we'll just lay it out and look at
Just
it.
to hold it up?
However you want to do it.
Yeah.
What? I mean,
Or can you put it on there?
I could just go like, this. You want to go in front of me and I'll just hold up whatever one you want.
I'll grab one side, grab
Yeah,
the other.
okay, here we go.
If you want to write on it, it might be hard.
Stand by.
There's the
Oh, he's got something? Okay. Oh, he's got an easel for over there. That'd be
Pull up here, you can just pull it.
Oh, there we go. Put it right out there.
We'll come right over here. We want an easel too, we have an easel.
And a couple hunks of tape and we're set.
This is good too. Yeah, then we can all stand around, it, walk around it.
Yeah.
All right. That was good.
The second one on top. Yeah. Cool.
You want to start off, go ahead.
Okay. Like, yeah. So you wanted to turn this 90.
Right. You can get it somewhere in here, right,
And enter from the side.
this way. So.
Right, but you have the doors
Yes,
this way, but turn that,
yes.
okay? Sarah, are we recording or how do we do this?
We're recording, yeah?
Just write it, you could just write right on that sheet.
Draw it right on.
Yeah.
You can't read my cave painting. Someone else can write it. Penmanship is not my strong point.
We're good, I'm on top of that.
Okay, good, okay. Yeah, I like it. So I like how it's laid out in the lot. It obviously it'll probably shift some, but I like the way that we're leveraging the terrain for security, right? So we could, the way I envision this is you fence this here, whether this is a gate and or here, and this is fence. This doesn't have to be Wassa PD fence. This needs to be like standard issue 6 or 8 foot chain link, nothing fancy, right? Just to keep the honest guy out. So you can't just walk or drive in there.
Yep.
Right? And officers and employees would be back here and that's a secure area. So if you
Yep.
walk your car at 2 a.m. for safer, that can be.
How many stalls in the back there for the employees?
36.
6.
Okay,
And that lot to the east is our lot also?
It is.
yeah.
Okay,
Up to here,
yeah, right to there. Yep. Okay, got it.
which,
But,
That's fine.
but
yeah.
just think into the future that if somebody buys this lot and we don't use all of this or don't think, we can always sell half of it and
Yeah,
get
yeah,
a lot of money back.
Yeah, yeah.
For the whole thing,
Okay.
if we don't
Right.
build that.
I like that idea.
Put that in, and then it's one parcel.
Yep.
So. I'll mark it down. But, yeah. Over and stuff in Berkeley. But no, I don't.
Would we have to cut the medium on the east side? There's a two entrances,
Yep.
there's only a right out.
Needs a curb cut in that
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, the curb cut, but would the medium have to be cut?
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, there's
a
only
medium cut there?
one though. There's only one medium cut.
Oh.
The east one, it's not cut.
Right.
I don't know if it's a big deal because you could turn back, but that could be something we could talk about.
All right.
I could right in. You'd have it in and out like Wendy's or something.
It's emergency vehicles, you know,
Right.
that's why I had a problem with the fire department at our building now because you gotta go around all that grass.
But if we're responding, we would respond from the
Normally.
garage side,
Yep, yep, normally, yep.
not the other side.
Public front side.
Hey, Mark, right up on the screen, these are where your median cuts out.
Yep.
I know they would.
And where it is right now, you would need to cut.
But you can control that parking lot though, right? If you made the parking lot.
Yeah, he might have, I mean.
Right, so
yeah,
you made the parking lot come this way some.
Total parking lot. Right through here.
Oh, well, right here is your.
Right.
But if you extended this out, then you would line up with that
Yeah.
being cut
And
too.
you were talking about having wreckers pull in and stuff like that.
Back here is the big part.
Back through.
I don't really want this in here. I'd rather have this all
Have you seen
parking
that?
lot.
You've seen that, right?
This building's right up to it.
Right.
So even if cars parked, you can move them to that building, but at least you can come in, turn around. and-
That's right.
36,
So if you like,
Yeah.
well, you even need that much parking.
Heck is 40, yeah.
Can you cut half of this off? Or make single parking or something, you know, and cut the square footage of asphalt.
You can, the only thing, I just want to make sure someone can pull a truck and a trailer and park it sideways in there. Because we do have people that are paying tickets or doing other things. As long as we have enough room for that. I would say 25 to 30 spaces in the front is really all we need to accomplish what we need, but.
And you have 40 right now. In the front.
Yeah, 36,
So,
or yeah, 40. But if you stretch this way, you could maybe make this drive lane wider, so you could have like one or two parallel here, like two trailer spots here, and you'd save yourself, I don't know, $10,000 in asphalt.
Sure.
how, are you looking at the east? Excuse me, yes, the east property, the second property?
No.
Because so you have those 40 spots up front, you're talking about a trailer maybe to do court. Could we access that other piece of property, go across the property line and put just a gravel patch there? Then somebody could go in there with a trailer, tractor, or whatever, and then walk across the parking lot. I'm just thinking out loud that, you know what I mean? So it'd be to your right, Jim. Yeah, right over there. Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be that hard to do it, just
But
a
if,
gravel.
yeah, but if we're making this longer anyway, so line up with.
Oh, you would make it longer.
I
Okay.
would say make this longer.
Ah.
And then just make this, instead of being, I don't know, we'll call this 60 feet wide from here to
Gotcha.
here,
Gotcha.
Make this like 45 feet wide,
Mm-hmm.
use this amount of asphalt over here. And then make like two parallel parking for
Yep,
trailers
yep,
or
yep.
something.
Yep, okay.
And you
I'm
may have
good.
those vehicles that
Yeah,
are
I'm
gonna
good.
come in.
Don't we have to have like a whole bunch of water retention everywhere like we have at our building?
Right here,
Where? We're gonna have to,
push it in your house.
I mean, we got water retention all around our building. I would expect to lose all this land to that. I'm being sarcastic. I'm being sarcastic.
this development was designed that those ponds would help to take up that capacity.
That's
Okay.
great.
So
It's good information.
it should,
It should be able to handle
it should.
See two skylights here, I don't know why you want skylights, but.
They stuck those in there to get, some light into the squad. Brighten it up because those detective offices are on the interior wall. I know them, they kind of got spoiled here, but now these are all internal, so they just stuck those skylights in that area.
You're good with it? I'm good with that. I to take the vestibule off. But that's just me. I mean, how many actual customers come in and out of that door
A lot
for police?
for citations.
Yeah. Is there anything with vestibule, like drug drop off here? Yeah, this can be locked where nobody comes in, but people are still coming in here at night and.
No,
Drop off.
I just see that as like $75,000 box, but.
I agree.
I think it's huge to have the vestibule. Because could you not also, could that not be a secure area?
Well,
And could you not buzz somebody in from there?
if someone drove.
If it ever got stupid?
Because they needed help and they don't have any other place to go or they got dumped off. At least they don't freeze to death. They go inside there and they're sitting in there and they can't really do anything. And that has happened here before.
Yeah,
So they go to the.
Yeah, the drug drop, but the only thing is that I hope it's big enough this way to get a drug drop in there and I have to ask that question because it's a mailbox. And we're probably gonna have to have a ticket.
an anonymous drug drop? Like,
We're open 365 days a year.
like a sharp drop, you mean?
No.
Or what? No,
People drop off, so.
Okay.
Here where people drop off their own medication.
oh,
Yeah.
like at the hospital, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
And we're one of the bigger drop boxes in the area.
I didn't know that, okay.
Want to keep it running though when we move, I have to push them all out there. It's just it's a pain in the ass. We get.
Yeah.
I don't know, 400 pounds every time they pick up something like that.
I believe it. Well, the hospital has a big drop to it, as far as, and a sharp drop.
And then we strip all the containers out and those go one place and then all the drugs, so it's all drugs only.
Oh,
Wow, I had no idea.
Anyway,
I just wonder if I like it. So when I see this, I like squares. So like, can we, I get it, this is bumped out a little, but can we move or reconfigure this and just make this a square? Like this. You've got like, all these weird corners and stuff, and I get it, you're trying to make it artsy architectural, but you could do that stuff.
I like that opinion because if we do that, that gives us some room on this inside for a couple more offices for expansion. And we need to do that because it pushes it over.
He cheated and looked ahead.
Oh,
Really, that's not it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought about that too.
So I just see like, if you move that a little, and even if that bumps out to here,
Yeah.
right, but I'm just. I don't know how many square feet are here, just a lot of square foot to heat, cool, and maybe we need that much. Cushion for folks to stage.
Here, we need room because we get enough people that come to the court that they have to all come in and pay tickets at the same time. So really, this should probably come straight across, and I would agree with that.
the east side, to make that more rectangle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to have that one indentation, whether it's architectural or not, it'd be smarter just to bring it out.
The reason they did that is because when I had a phone call, I said, we don't have enough room right here.
Mm-hmm.
Because if someone's sitting here, so they bumped it. So instead of bumping it, I'm good with,
Well,
I'm good with square.
yeah, and even that, how about even that spot by the chief's office? You know, making that,
Yeah, make it square
Two.
Yeah,
This will.
you might as well make it square.
Yeah.
Because every time you do that architecturally, and then plus the roofs and all the design, all the water, everything, you might as well grab the extra footage.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And it looks like it'll probably go right to that dotted line, which would probably be what, the right of way or something? Where you have to have, well, if you brought that where I jokingly said to put cement for a grill,
Yes.
if you took that out there, we'd still be in line with enough, you know?
we still got enough room for a.
Okay, just a thought.
Well, that's the,
Buildings, yeah, where that construction would be a lot more efficient.
Oh, that's what that is?
It's square.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
I think it would save you money.
Oh, it is. I see it now.
Space.
Yeah, right.
Right, like instead of paying for 7 columns to make this happen, you pay for 3 columns and it's straight.
I didn't know that.
Thanks. So these walls, and I couldn't read what the codes were on here, with one eye and size 1 font, but. Are all of these walls blocked?
Yes, this one, this one, this one, so this is a blocked area for that. And this is gonna be block up front.
And then,
And then
So the back end of the restroom, probably here
Yes.
too, and you,
It's up to this point right here. Yeah, because of the interviews.
yeah, that's where I was going with that is just, so it's from your free space, right, from this, so that's all secured here.
Yeah,
An armory and,
this interview room and
armory is solid block.
yes.
Because they didn't do that on, when they redid EMPD. The outside wall was still nothing, you could just chainsaw right through. And then they changed it, yeah. So the armory and also the drugs and that's, okay.
This is all,
Yeah, block.
okay, good.
And this room is gonna get moved here to the corner because it gives a straighter shot in from the garage. So when they move that, we'll see how that looks, but we talked about that. So when I talk to the detectives, they'll want that farther into the garage.
What would you do with that extra square footage when you square that
It's
off?
interior room for storage for that van. And you'd be surprised all the drugs, guns, knives, on and on and on and on that's in there.
Okay.
So. And we took a measurement of the Everest Metro room. That's how we came up with the size. We wanted to
Okay.
make sure we had at least what they.
That much, okay. There's no second floor to this? No? No gun turrets on top? All right. That's where I'd want to be. I'll bring the toilet paper and tuna. They'll protect me.
Here. Yeah.
Probably would go somewhere in here, right, when this comes out, depending on.
So we have. They've got. I can show this. And so there would be like two lieutenants in one room.
So we looked at this in the future. This was pretty much where Mary would be because she's taking care of all the stuff like that with us. And basically you have captain, chief. You have chief deputy if we went that route later on, depending on the size, and a lieutenant.
But that's the last thing your community do when we talk, that's the full new staff.
Correct.
There's an office for all of them.
Yeah, nobody's been put in those roles.
Right, yep.
But we planned for the future and.
That's what you want.
Right.
I think if you can get 3 or 4 more offices in making this a square, that's a huge plus.
If this, comes out, we can do that. And I would probably base those this direction, however we get it.
And I would ask them to build these stalls indoor. Just like, if it comes out that the garage costs too much, we can always take it out, but then you're getting like it's already built in there. I think your dollars per square foot. So this should be, say unconditioned space, it's marginally heated with two heaters, like it's not expensive, there's not plumbing out here, there's not HVAC or weird stuff.
Well, there may have to be some, like on Busker Street with exhaust fans because squads will come in.
Yeah, so you'll have makeup air, right?
Yeah.
But you're not. Yeah. It's not like in here, you've got to have heated and cooled and special lighting and all that other to make.
But you could just exhaust from one and then bring in from the other, right? Is that what you're thinking? Or what do you mean?
So a makeup air unit usually have like in one corner,
Right.
you'll have,
And then the other corner, okay,
yeah, and then like
Okay.
exhaust.
Yep,
fan,
yep.
This end.
okay.
I'd highly recommend some sort of sink though on coming in, I mean, just so they could.
But when I say plumbing, like, there's not special bathrooms out here, then whichever, when you look at the overall project, like, if you were just building just this as an office, your cost goes up tremendously, because like, oh, well, I added 4 toilets and 3 sinks and.
And they're sharing water, right? I mean, anytime there's water somewhere, if they put water on the back wall. You know, like for
I would hope.
toilets,
You know.
is there a shower in there
Yes,
from a crime scene? Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
so all that's in the locker room. There is a sink in here. But we would really just want to have hot and cold water in the garage.
Yeah.
Because we're close to getting in here, we're close to coming in here.
Yeah.
You put more plumbing in the garage for sinks and stuff, as long as we have hot and cold water, don't wash cars off.
Based on the 15,000 square foot at 300 a square foot, you're talking 4.5 million. Do you think we can do it based on the concrete?
I don't think 300 square foot is
It's out of line.
correct for in the garage. I think you're gonna be way less. I think you're gonna be 150 a square foot. And that's what I'm saying. If you add the garage space, adding dollars per square foot, I don't think it's going to be and you buy one, surprise ones, right? Like, so if you add on to this, it's tremendously more expensive to add on to this than buy it.
Right.
2025 down.
Right.
Well, and that's something we definitely take into consideration. We don't know what the costs are gonna come back.
Right.
We know,
Hunters.
we know we have to keep this in budget.
Yep.
You know, and meaning that we're not gonna go out and borrow separately.
We're coming with this and didn't come in here with something super huge because we know we got a budget to meet. And we just tried to get it with the exact space that we need without building, you know, a weight room, for example, inside the PD or some of the same stuff. There's a loft in.
Being realistic.
garage that you could put a weight room above it, but doesn't mean it has to be done right away. And some of these people want weight rooms. I'm like, I don't know if you're ever gonna use them. I don't know.
Yeah. Good point.
I just think, you know, already we've almost spent $700,000.
Yep.
Think about that. Between the architect.
And the land.
Yep.
It's almost.
And the land, yeah. Would we ever use the other piece? Do you think,
If this is done the way it is, probably not.
we want to hold it on just for control for a while?
If there was a buyer for it, I would tell you to sell it and put the money back into it because
Yeah.
we have a great partnership with Weston and Weston owns a property next to us. And if we really, really want to do something fun with it, they can redig their pond a little bit, take some of this and move the building that way a little bit and insure ourselves.
We've had the conversation with Michael and it's a little more complicated than that, but there's a bunch of drainage that comes through to that pond, so you can't swoosh it. That's what, you know.
Well, but if we take a bank side of it, you know, we might have some.
We own that property now?
Yeah,
Why?
all our drainage. It's
Oh,
drainage for that
We
whole.
don't, that's why we don't need to.
Because they knew the police department was going there and they won't.
Well, to the east, we could sell that and put our pickleball courts there.
Okay, back on the design.
Yep. Anything else you got, Jim, or Jamie?
I'm not at all a fan of this, the flat roof everywhere with pitch to the middle and whichever. I would love to see it all, this to be a sloped roof to the north. And if you have to, you can pitch this east and west. Cause you're not draining into the parking lot, you're draining in the grass there. Thing. But yeah,
Outside drainage is a stinker.
Yeah.
The internal drains is the way to go. It just is. Whether you're in favor of pitch or not pitch, you've got driving on all four sides. You got in the south sun comes in the front, so that's a huge plus.
right.
But you got traffic on both sides and a parking lot in the back.
Yeah.
And you
Because way out here.
once that freezes, then where does it go in the grass?
Yeah.
And if you have to have external drains in the ground and get past that frost line, that's a real stinker. I mean, I've just done enough grocery stores and
I never heard of an internal drain at all, ever. How does it work?
it's internally, it's like, so let's say you have
Big reservoir, right?
like, well, no, it's what I'm saying is you have drainage coming right through the wall. And that's how it gets into the ground underneath.
Heated drain.
Yeah, I mean, so you look at any of the grocery stores, there's no water anywhere on these grocery stores because they have internal drains and they go straight through.
Parking lots.
Yeah, you can't afford it to be on the parking lots. It's
How much does an internal drain cost?
not anymore. I mean, nowadays it's the way they're
How
built.
do they keep it from freezing?
The whole thing's, it's heated. You could actually have the heat coming right up. Yeah. That whole area above there is it's open. Yeah,
There's just drain tile underneath it.
yeah.
Wow. And it would go right to the detention ponds.
Well, yeah, wherever Michael wants to put it, yeah.
What about the windows on the garage? You wanna talk about that?
Yeah, that's on another page, I think, but. Yeah, kind of opening to the garage, but I think we already have that here.
Yeah, we're gonna get rid of this one.
Oh, I'm just looking at this here. It didn't show on this, but you already had, you have a door there, so you're good. Your courtroom training room, is there any AV equipment? Like, is it wired for anything?
Should be.
Okay,
I'm
I
hoping
would
that,
ask that specific
wall
question,
is.
because that question didn't get asked and there was like, I don't know, $250,000 or something that had to just magically
that.
appear for all these TV screens and stuff.
Wasn't $250,000.
Between all the screens, the wiring, the AV stuff and the furniture.
And furniture is expensive.
Yeah, there was like 125,000 in furniture and 125,000 in TVs and
Municipal center, wow.
and stuff.
Yeah, furniture is expensive.
Yeah, it was. And we used as much furniture as we could, but yeah, we
From the
still
old,
spent
yeah, the old.
ARPA money.
And these. Is it? If you expand this, yeah, but I don't know if you would swap this conference room or move any of that around, or if you still want those offices to be exterior, probably.
I probably would bring these out and this way, and then there'd probably be room for an office in here. But I'd probably, or bring this room over here and then put some offices in here. I'll have to play around with that.
Yeah, bump your conference room down.
Yes.
I know how you wanted to have this kind of
Yep,
open and rolling,
Because-
if you move your conference room into the corner.
yep, if it went right here,
You know,
and then this would come this way, we'd get some offices in here.
in the middle, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But like this room there would be internal, no windows. Right, because that's distracting to a meeting where you want to give us, the people that are, the offices will be used the most. And those are the humans need to see outside. You know what I mean? Where if this room is not used all the time, so it doesn't necessarily.
Weird thing in police.
Yeah,
world,
yeah.
They shut all those windows at night because they don't want anybody to see in.
Well, I would
So
too,
when
yeah.
everybody saw that this was on the internal part, they actually kind of like that
Mhm.
because people don't see them on any direction when they're in here, and then they feel
Security and privacy.
safe and secure, because otherwise people see in the police department, they're tink, tink, tink on the windows, want to talk to somebody. Or that, they can't see anybody.
Okay,
Kind of weird.
you just need, some proper.
Well, at
lighting.
night you can't see out either anyway, so I would shut the window too, yeah.
There's a hard
Blind it, I mean.
right?
What?
Hard lid, like, so you can't.
I hope so. I think this was gonna be open, is what they were gonna do with that. This would be open.
This front area, we
Should
should
be.
be, the interview rooms and the bathrooms up there that you can't crawl up and.
I'll ask
Wind up
and make
in-
sure. Yep.
Armory would need that too.
Yeah, but for sure, like from the public, I don't wanna go in the restroom, knock a ceiling tile out and wind up in.
Yeah, no, I would
Jeremy's
agree.
office.
right.
Yeah, that's.
even thought of that. I didn't see it.
Oh, that's huge, because they do it all the time.
Yeah, ours is like that.
The movies
Our front
maybe.
is all
I
black.
was like, Die Hard. There you go.
Hey, if a criminal can go through an 11 by 11 with handcuffs on,
Yeah.
sorry, building.
What else you got there, Jim?
I would take
Sorry,
all the
I didn't
exterior windows on the garage, out. I'd be run Alpha 3.1, if that matters, but. Just because you're gonna have lights in there anyways, and I can't see spending 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, $16,000 in windows to increase your heat bill.
To the rear side, you mean?
All of them.
Oh,
There's
okay.
no windows in
All
the
three
garage,
sides?
no reason for it.
I would agree. How tall are those windows? Are those visible from standing?
No.
No, they're higher than that.
They're up there, but
We're trying to do that for some kind of light help
I
for the
was gonna
day.
say,
that would be these, they're way up on the top.
Yeah,
oh,
so yeah, you're trying to bring light in, but I can see light in if you're gonna be working on stuff and have a maintenance bay. And you don't like it because you have to see through some of your machinery, but on this one here, I actually agree. There should be nothing. The lights will light it up and for the heating and cooling and stuff. Yeah, aesthetically, the windows look great,
But you're not gonna see them there on the back.
but exactly, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then the construction, I don't know, and this is really talking about building types, if it's cheaper, if that gets that dollar per square foot down, if the shop is all just a block building, right? Because it's only marginally heated,
Mhm.
so you're not, yeah, you'll buy a couple more therms of natural gas, but whatever, right? Like it might be way cheaper to, because then you have a finished interior and a finished exterior, all you bought was paint.
Right. And I know Tim from Bolt, before they were doing the price, because Bolt was just gonna get an estimate on the price.
Yeah.
They were running materials just to see exactly that same thing, just to see what is the least expensive.
that garage area, it is heated.
So like
Floor
50 degrees.
Yeah,
forced air, or you're gonna do hydronic?
no.
Radiant tube
nothing-
heating.
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
nothing
Yeah.
in the floor.
Yeah, that's all I had for notes.
That's it?
Got her. Anybody else? Any other comments?
I would just question them on the drainage. You know, on whether that could drain on the outside or inside.
Yeah,
And just see.
It's drawn for the inside right now.
Oh, it is. Oh, so it is. Okay.
oh, it is
That's what I
drawn.
thought.
That's good. Thank you. That's
Yeah,
what you
well,
wanted.
the sun coming to the front is gonna help.
If you look, yeah. if you look-
Jim, put this one on,
yeah.
To the middle.
Yep.
So,
Each of
That
the,
goes on
of the
top.
roofs, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I like it.
Mhm.
yeah, there's a walk in the garage. That's the
That-
one.
Squaring off that building and adding those extra 2 or 3 off.
I actually think you'd save money. You'd get more square footage, but you'd probably save money than design. Brick design, corner design, everything, yeah. So did Bolt internally design this, or did they have a third party design this?
HTC did.
HTC did. Okay, that's what I thought.
Hired, but
That's who we did.
they've been working with Bolt,
Okay.
for questions and trying to come up with. But
Would they be able to furnish us, you know, and maybe Jim would want to see this too, is other police departments that they've designed in the past about the same square footage? You know, and not 30 years ago, not 20 years ago, but relatively like within the last 5, 6 or 7 years?
We asked that in that interview and they didn't really have that.
Oh, they don't? Okay.
there's some PDs, I talked to the union, they said in the state of Wisconsin, but we'd have to travel to go there. But some of the budgets on them were super high and I don't want to go to some
Oh, I don't want to go.
I didn't mean to
I just want to see the drawings.
Mahal.
I just want to see the drawings. I want to see the layout that if something flags us and says, oh geez, I mean, anytime we ever built a grocery store, we'd always look at other ones. And just on paper, to see, oh, well, that's a good idea. Let's do it this way, you know? Okay.
I can ask again.
Any other questions?
Mm-mm.
If not, you want a motion to keep moving forward with the building design that's been presented? Jeremy, is that what you're looking forward?
Just to move forward and I just wanted everybody to see where we're at and I was hoping to have some pricing on where we were at today, just a area where the budget is. And I don't have that today, but I will get the changes and then we'll go from there.
Okay. So.
I don't know. Need a
You
motion.
don't want a motion?
No.
Just discussion only. Okay. Item number 7, discussion of possible action regarding Spectrum insurance reimbursement check to the Mountain Bay Metropolitan Police Department. And who's taking that?
I'm gonna let Nick take that. We've had some weird things happen here with billing from bringing these two PDs together and Nick can kind of explain some of that.
Take it away.
I made a copy, so this was actually sent to Melanie. So Everest Metro Police Department had Spectrum Insurance or insurance to Spectrum Insurance Group.
Yep.
Mountain Bay Metro currently does. It's the same people that we've dealt with before. So they did a workman's comp final audit, which was completed January 20th through May 1st, which is when all employees were off the books at Everest Metro. The audit is included here. The only thing which I did talk to Renee about today on the second to last page, over.
Renee who? Renee at Weston?
Yep, okay. So like under my name, it says $132 in overtime. That's actually under Abby. Abby's list says $2,978. That's actually under Benning. So they have the overtime one line off. But based on the audit, the found was that the audit premium was 24,344, but the premium collected by Everest Metro was 72,382. So they issued a check here, but it's kind of mixed up because it's Everest Metro, but they're sending it here. So just looking for guidance where to go with this check, if we should keep the funds here for Mountain Bay, if we should deposit it back over at Everest Metro.
Did Everest Metro cut the check for the 72? And was
Yes.
that a whole year worth of premium?
Yes.
And the difference is really because workers' comp is based on your annual salary. They did the audit and the salaries aren't there anymore. So did Mountain Bay cut a check for annual cost for workers' comp and was that included in the budgets? And what got charged to the municipalities?
I cut or sent the check down today for Spectrum for workers' comp. However, I think there's a lot of things that weren't talked about or thought about when we came together, because we came together so fast. There's some weird bills because we paid income continuation insurance. So it's kind of, we're paying for other things that we didn't budget for, and this was a rebate for something that did get paid for. But we didn't go back and
For
charge.
what period of time was it paid?
January to May.
Of this year?
Yeah,
Yes.
And we were effective in May.
yeah,
Okay. So that 6 months resulted in this kind of a credit?
yeah.
Because you pay for the whole year up front, and
Mhm.
you
Oh, yeah,
audit
yeah.
your actual
Oh, yeah,
wages
yeah.
at the end of
Oh,
the
yeah.
year,
Yes.
or end of the period, whatever they do.
Paul, I feel like we're way over in work comp for Mountain Bay right now.
Yeah, I mean, that would be,
You maybe had to pay 365 days and you only had,
when you got audited, your
80
wages
days.
went way up. Probably than where it was before, when the budgets were combined, because even separately, the wages weren't as much because there wasn't as much staff.
Right, so I'm trying to hang on to this. But a few days ago, I was in an email with Jessica and Nick, something of some kind of overpayment too.
Yeah.
Of 80 some $1,000.
Yeah.
It's gonna come back.
And that's already been paid. So
Yep.
the Village of Weston they actually paid a significant amount over for quarter 1.
Yep.
Then there was quarter 2. Quarter 3 was more of an underpayment. So there have been some underpayments for what Everest Metro would have had. And then the difference was 80 some thousand, and that was in billing last week. So Everest Metro paid that money back to the Village of Weston.
I think in
Yes,
quarter
yes,
2,
that's it. Yep,
we
okay.
got charged for capital again,
I couldn't
and then Mountain Bay took capital off for quarter 3.
So could we just take this credit into Mountain Bay?
I think that's why Captain's asking for some guidance. My only thought is, I think Everest Metro made it clear if it was Everest Metro expense and they came back, they wanted them kept separate because the other municipalities are expecting some division of cost once final books are done. So I appreciate Captain bringing this here because I think you want it well documented, that if that would stay with Mountain Bay, why would it stay with Mountain Bay, like the justification, so the other municipalities wouldn't question their percentage of this.
Yeah, so there have been a lot of things that have been very clear cut, but then there are things like this where it's very insurance and it's the same people and how we've been operating where things are getting blended. And so we'd rather get board guidance on where to go with it.
What happened with Rothschild? So Rothschild's likely gonna have the same thing, right? Where they paid for Rothschild PD for the year or something, that's gonna get audited and you're gonna get dollars back, right?
Not necessarily, so we underpaid, so what Melanie was saying, we would owe more because the wages went up.
Oh,
We didn't budget for that because we didn't budget for the merger.
And they would have been all Rothschild PD until 1/1.
The reason why, so right now, Jim,
until when?
behind closed doors, on paper, we are still Rothschild Police Department to the state of Wisconsin. That's why I've been coming to you guys.
Until 1/1.
Got it.
Because we can't, the state won't approve us until 1/1.
We would have lost the WRS benefit for all employees when they came over, and it was really.
We had that special meeting last.
Yes.
But again, this is one of those things that I don't know if anybody merged the police department in mid-year. And at the speed that we did, so that's why we don't want any secrets on any part of any of this. And whoever or how it's decided where it goes, it is. But it shouldn't be our decision. It should be the leader's decision on where it goes.
So how big of a booger would it be to audit the Rothschild side? Like just the Rothschild, do the same thing we did for MPD, but with Rothschild from January 1 to May 1. And then you say, okay, well, you know what I mean? So you can actually get the real number that was, because this isn't a raw number, right? This is just the EMPD portion of it. The Rothschild side is like now shows that it's way light on payment, even though it's not. You probably have overpaid a bunch because you paid for all of your guys through the end of the year, right? Or am I not tracking?
But Melanie's gonna say that they've underpaid. They're gonna have to pay more.
Because they paid for 18 guys for the whole year, not for 40 guys or whatever our total count is.
We went from 13 to 37's difference there, yeah.
Melanie, what have we paid so far?
I would have to pull up the books.
Okay,
I don't have
The
it.
check I had to write today was 14,000 something.
that's for Mountain Bay Metro.
Correct.
Okay,
So attorney bills though, like the one you just got from Jamie or chief, or whatever, that's going into EMPD.
EMPD.
Yes, and currently we have, I believe, just passed what was budgeted. So we've exceeded
The lawyer
what was budgeted for.
Well, I'm shocked that it ain't triple. Okay.
No,
I wouldn't wanna, maybe if we could make whole on workers' comp, yeah, not necessarily knowing that number, but maybe a potential motion is to say, we would wanna make Mountain Bay whole and not be in deficit in that account to take out of this, and then the rest would get returned being that first quarter.
If this goes to EMPD, we'll never get it back out. That's my only fear.
It will get divided.
And I know, but so I almost think it should go into Mountain Bay. And at a later date, we could divvy that up, because if it goes to EMPD and we come to a screeching halt and then we divide into 3 communities, we'll never get it back up. Never.
Dan,
Yeah.
From an accounting standpoint, can't you put that in a hold area? So that you can draw upon that at a later date, then it's transparent
What
for
we did with it.
Everest PD, Rothschild PD, and all of us
Would you hold that here?
in Mountain Bay.
Pretty much most, I mean, Everest is pretty much hold except for straggling bills that are coming in.
We need to hold it here. It has to be held here. It just does.
It's clear from an accounting standpoint.
Yeah. I think Dan's right. And but it needs to be held here. I'm not trying to do something under the table, but if this stops and then we pay Schofield in the town of Weston and our portion out, we'll just never have a chance to get it back. It'll never come back. And I think that's a great idea. Hold it here, but in a different area, and just, it can just sit there a little bit. It can just breathe by itself. Yeah.
How does it breathe after the end of the year?
How does it what?
How does it, because you're gonna close the books at the end of the year. So-
We?
Well, yeah, Melanie will do a reconciliation.
No, I'm talking the MPD.
Oh,
God knows when that's going.
but if they keep it here at Mountain Bay Metro, how does that reconciliation, how do you carry forward this money next year?
Because I would put it in like just an asset or a liability hold account.
Okay.
Yeah.
so you can do it, Melanie.
Yeah.
Good.
Just don't record it as a revenue or
Right.
Yeah.
or a negative expense rate.
So with that, so EMPD will have a year-end audit, right, as will Mountain Bay.
Mhm.
And at that point, then you can, or maybe moving forward slightly after that, then you can look at some of those other expenses of well, gosh, we paid for X and we didn't budget for X.
Mhm.
And really, some of this should have been Mountain Bay and some of this should have been an Everest expense. And I feel like you can kind of draw all of that out of there. And then, yes, when that's all fair and equitable, yeah, if there's 13 or 33 or $83,000 that goes back to EMPD, then
Well,
then do it after the fact. But you have to have all the data. We don't have it yet.
I think the simple part of this cleaning up and all this stuff over there at that building, that's EMPD. But yet Mountain Bay is doing it. So I think that should be charged back to EMPD.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you could fairly bill for
very
that,
fair.
right? You've got X number of
Those
hours.
3 communities should have to help get rid of that scrap, get rid of that stuff, and not Rothschild should have nothing to do with it at all. So I think we got to keep account of what we're doing over there and the manpower in this kind of stuff. So that should have been a clean stop, and it hasn't been. So
Not just the cost for the $40 to get rid of the car,
Yeah.
but we had 24 hours of officer,
Yep.
payroll and overtime and wages and whichever. And like, there's a real cost to have a guy down there, 2 guys or gals for however long doing that.
A sale of that, whatever, if it is saleable, those have been kept separate and we've deposited that, things that were owned by EMPD back into.
Yeah, those will be
EMPD.
minuscule. Yeah.
I think that what you're saying is fair, because if there would be proceeds from any of that, maybe there is not, because it's just too far gone and we're paying to get rid of it, but if there was proceeds, they go back to EMPD.
But I'm saying the cost to administer that, right? Somebody's got to go there and do it.
Yeah, I'm
They're
agreeing.
not EMPD personnel now.
Right,
They're-
that's what I'm saying.
they're
So,
Mountain Bay. Yeah.
Mountain Bay is doing it, we should be tracking and logging those hours.
Yep.
just want to go a little bit farther with this.
Okay.
So my understanding is when we merged together, all vehicles that were squad cars that were sold, all that money went back to EMPD. However, all the stuff that's in those buildings, some of that stuff is found property. I don't want to use a term, but I don't want to sit and sandbag all that stuff before we get rid of it. But that is not the same as a tangible item that was purchased from the entity. This stuff has been acquired from things that are criminal activity, found property, destruction of evidence that wasn't a crime. I would prefer just to take anything that we sell to use for our time to put back into Mountain Bay
I'm okay,
from that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that too.
And some of those can't be, depending on what it is, if we seize an item, there's rules and restrictions depending on what it is, and how those funds can be used. So some of those funds, like we have some seizures yet, that sounds like the feds may transfer over to Mountain Bay, but that's restricted funds that that wouldn't be able to be divvied up.
Right. That's fine.
Okay.
That's
I think the check for the vehicles was around 70 or
It's-
80,000 and we,
70.
yeah, 74.
74,000.
But then Chief, are you saying if the items that would be there that are saleable that you sell, would you be charging time and depositing the
No.
funds, or you're just gonna deposit the funds for the sale?
Yeah, it's
You'll wash.
for our time.
As the-
You wash.
Okay.
I'm good with
That's
that.
because we're, even like these vehicles, we took on the whole complete risk on that to sell these vehicles, and I think we did very, very well. I mean, we gotta bring them here, you gotta clean them up and take everything out of them, and someone had to eat that cost, but yet we don't get the price from those vehicles. It went back to EMPD, even though we're paying to have them, all the stuff removed out of those
Okay.
vehicles. So all this rest of the stuff that we have to get rid of, that we can before we move into the new building, we're gonna have 2 or 3 people there working on that to get this stuff for sale.
Got her.
All right.
Any other discussion on the Spectrum insurance
Spectrum, no, I
reimbursement?
think we're-
48,000. We need a motion then to move forward and put those funds into a restricted account. I need someone to make that motion.
I'll make the motion to put those funds into a separate holding account for later determination.
Okay,
I'll second that.
motion by Helgeson, second by Maloney. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? That motion is carried. Item number 8, discussion of possible action regarding state training reimbursement.
I'll take that one.
Nick?
So very similar to the last item. So every police department is required to have certified sworn officers have 24 hours of training annually, which generally there's a cost to training. You can do in-house training, but you're still paying employees, or you send employees out for external training to get their training hours. Everest Metro Police Department was very light on training because of staffing. So we had a hard time getting a lot of training hours. When both departments came together, we got a majority of our training hours together between April, May, and June. The training year goes July 1st through June 30th. So in July, Chief certified the Rothschild side. I had to recertify the Everest side, and now the state has brought us together where we're one, but for a portion of time when we were one department, we were still operating as two through ACADIS, or the state training system.
Okay,
So there was training that was completed under Everest Metro, but most of the training hours that officers have, and I could get those exact numbers, were completed here as a group. The state reimburses a portion for every officer that recertifies. Generally, it's $240 an officer. So once again, October 25th, we received Everest Metro Police Department sent here, but it's a check for $5,040, which is in your packet. It shows all the officers that recertified. Yep. That's what that money is for. But technically, the recertification and a lot of the training happened when we were Mountain Bay.
Right.
But the check, some of that started as Everest Metro, so it's one of these blended situations.
So June, July, and August it'll all come back to Mountain Bay.
It was July
It's for
1st,
June?
the new
Yep.
fiscal year for
Yeah.
this.
So this training year,
But we merged salaries in May, I thought.
We did.
Yep.
And that's what this is up to June 30th.
Yep, so this
Okay.
was July 1st of last year, through
Mhm.
June 30th of this year. So in, I think it was April, we brought both departments together, we're working under one roof. We all had firearms and defense and arrest tactics training, which is an 8-hour training, everybody. And then in June, we had several trainings up in Merrill where we had EVOC, which is emergency vehicle contact. We also had range, so it's another 8-hour block of training that everybody had. So as an example, for the 24 hours, 16 of those hours were when we were together right at the end of the training year. And then everything is submitted in July for the prior training year. So once again, looking for guidance with this check. Since a lot of the training was done as Mountain Bay Metro, looking for guidance to be keep that here, We deposit over at Everest.
Yep.
The hours were actually done. So it sounds like most of the stuff was done after May first, right? For E EMT.
It was probably April through June was the majority of the training. But we have people on SWAT where it's 16 hours every month. They end up with 200 hours of training. So that would have went all the way back.
And in that $5,000 is that, I mean, it's only $10 an hour they're paying you, so, right? Isn't it 200
It's-
hours at?
It's 240 per person, 24 hours. Yes, an hour. Yep.
Dan,
I would once again recommend that we keep that right here with Mountain Bay Metro.
Mhm.
That check, that $5,040.
I agree.
Is that a motion?
I can make it a motion.
I'll second it.
okay,
That as a,
Helgeson,
is that as a hold account as well?
Yes.
okay, second by
Yep,
Maloney.
second.
I just add one.
Any other discussion? Yes, Jeremy?
I would just like to see that come right back into the training budget.
Good
Then
idea.
the reason being is because
That's fine.
a lot of those hours, I mean, we ended up paying overtime as the Mountain Bay Metro to
Mhm.
get these people certified, and it costs us a lot more money than that. And
Go back.
I know it's trivial, but
I mean,
We're about,
Amend that to the training budget?
amend that to allow those funds to go back into the Mountain Bay Metro.
And I will
Training
also
budget,
amend mine.
okay.
Yep. I'll
Second
amend
by
my second.
Maloney.
Yep.
All right. With the amendment, all those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? The motion has been carried. Item number 9, discussion of possible action regarding hiring a part-time clerical assistant. Chief?
we still are struggling up front. There's a lot of workload. I ran into somebody at a gas station and another one in a grocery store. And these people are starting to retire from jobs, but they want to still work. So municipal court hired one of the people I talked to, and she had 30 years or something at Marathon County, and she's working here part-time. So we have some of these people that are out there, and I just want the ability, if I find the right person, to get somebody in part-time at 20 hours, 25 hours a week,
20 to 25.
no benefits or limited benefits. That somebody that has a lot of skills and knows all of our systems and is out of the workforce, but doesn't want to be out of the workforce.
Mhm.
So
Discussion.
It's a fantastic idea.
Yep. I'll make a motion. Yep.
we,
Yep.
we probably should have an idea of a wage in there.
Yeah.
And, I know the one that we hired for municipal courts at $20 an hour.
Yes, no.
Ryan, do you want to talk about any benefits they'd get or not get?
Well, that would all go through the commission.
Okay. Well,
That's
it's
true.
actually oversight.
They would
Oversight
have,
would be?
they would
Okay.
have the board, they set the budget, and it's up to you to decide how it gets dispersed out for it. So the commission would set the salary.
And the only one that can set the salary is oversight.
Yeah, commission.
They can only hire,
Fire.
promote and demote.
Yeah.
Vote for court though.
Yeah.
The court's over with.
Finished, we're talking about,
Courts on the village end.
yeah, the
This would
part-time,
be, okay.
the clerical one, yeah.
But commission is higher fire discipline, right?
Correct. You guys would come up with all the benefits and the wages.
Money, yeah.
They would decide if we can hire or not.
What's your recommendation?
Yeah, on the benefits,
I would just say, if they're 30 hours, we give them half benefits.
benefits.
But if it's 20 hours, we'd have to come up with a reduction on that, for benefits, but goal is to get somebody in for 20 hours a week at maybe $20 an hour, maybe a range 18 to 20.
You might not be able to work that much.
Right.
Would
Okay.
you entertain a higher wage with no benefits? Like, hey, because it costs a fair amount of money for the benefits, right? So hey, it's up to $30 an hour. But obviously that's based on experience and whichever, but then you don't have any of this other stuff. There's no admin fee, there's no.
The only problem.
Can you legally do that?
In our,
Current, you gotta see what current's making. too.
we're not making that much.
And benefits aren't gonna be the thing. It's gonna be the thing in your head.
Yeah.
I'm at 26, this one's at 30.
Yeah.
The benefits won't even come in. I'm gonna always be thinking about the wage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna mess me up.
Every time wages come up, we have kind of inner fighting a little bit on some of that.
But right now, we don't.
Exactly.
So it's
Because
good.
we set them all the same.
Yes.
I like that idea. All right. Who wants to make a motion to move forward with?
It's gotta
the-
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to clarify
Yeah, Dan.
on the wages. It may sound like it's good to eliminate the benefits,
Mhm.
higher wage, but then somebody else on the team's gonna say, well, my husband
Mhm.
works, so he can get all of his benefits there. I don't want any of mine, I'll go over there and I want the higher wage.
Mhm.
I think it would be cleaner
Yeah.
this route.
Okay,
How about 18 to 20? And if we have a discrepancy in benefits, I'll bring it back and we'll have a question.
Right.
I'll make that motion.
all right, motion by Maloney to move forward on hiring a part-time clerical assistant, $18 to $20 an hour, 20 to 25 hours per week. And again, the fringe benefits have been discussed. I need a second to that.
Second.
Seconded by Wyland. All those in favor, any other discussion?
My only thing, I know I sound like a broken
Yes.
record, but budget, like, can we see the budget on how these folks are fitting in and where we're
So the
at?
only reason it
Yes.
fits in right now is because it's not full-time staff. But obviously, come 2026, this person will be in here with wherever we're at with everybody else.
Yeah,
So we just can't become full-time staffed yet in 2025. And then it's okay,
but full-time staff means one less officer.
correct.
So like you're,
But yeah, I don't know where his thoughts are at when he wanted to be up to par on that anyway, so.
We don't have because it's
Question.
so hard to find people. And as long as nobody leaves, it's just a time thing.
not disagreeing, but I want to make sure we're,
Mhm, mhm. Yes, because right now that spot technically wasn't in the budget plan, but
Yep.
that wage can obviously be fulfilled at what the officers were placed at, vacant officers were placed at.
All right, thank you for that explanation and information on the financial end. Any other questions? If not, need a motion to approve the proposal that was just discussed. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It is now approved and that motion is carried. Item number 10, discussion of possible action regarding wages for crossing guard personnel. Chief?
When the merger came about, I absorbed the crossing guards in the budget and I didn't know that was happening, but they're in the budget and the poor guy that stands out there on Camp Phillips and Sternberg is making $12.53 an hour. He's been working 2 hours a day. So he's only working. 10.
Rothschild makes $10 an hour, just so you know, that she makes less.
Well, I have a problem with
So
that.
did you bring up Weston because we're being overpaid? I'm teasing. I know it's 12.53 is ridiculous.
Yes.
I'm
$10, it's
well,
really, yeah.
I'm a little,
10 and a quarter.
Yeah.
I'm a little confused because
The farmer's
I absorbed the Rothschild crossing guard too in my budget.
Yes.
Well, it only makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
So you got Rochester.
And the one by Cronin letter,
That's out of ours too?
because
Yeah.
we have to pay them. Rothschild had to pay them.
So how did I get this in the budget?
We snuck it in there.
Okay, so what is our pay scale for the
How
other?
many do we have total? Three? Okay.
we only have 3, is that it?
Or is there 4 or 5?
It's 2, and then we get billed from Cronin for one of theirs, right?
Yes,
Okay, so
that's a percentage.
Why do we get billed? Oh, because
Three.
some of our kids are going there. Yeah, yeah. Okay,
right.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so how are we gonna handle it?
What's the Cornwall one we making?
Yeah.
You know that one?
It's we're given a percentage.
Oh, so we don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank God our crossing guards aren't talking.
Okay, let me just,
We have a riot.
just go back the other direction. When a crossing guard doesn't show up, a police officer stands there
Yep.
at their wage to do that. So I would rather see them at, I was coming in here at 16, but if we have 2 of them, I'd say $15 an hour. Mary Steffen's been around forever. Every year she says, I'm gonna quit, and then we give her something and she stays.
Yeah, she said that already.
Yes. So I don't know what the solution is, but do we wanna not have crossing guards?
You know, a crossing, I mean, I waved at one at Weston, and I mean, to me, and the people at St. Anne's, you know, on Stewart, you know, not Stewart, but you know, over in Wausau. It's almost a volunteer thing, you know, and then it's a stipend that you get paid, and it's not right. They should get paid, you know. And so I think 15 is good. I do. I think that it'd be a nice thank you, you know, for your services. But I think a lot of them do it to help the kids and they want to be there and they want to make sure to get across the street right. And
But I don't like standing out in the cold and they're standing out in the cold.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Chief and Melanie, it's already in our budget for how much? It
wasn't.
Oh, it
It
is.
wasn't in the budget.
Okay. So this is.
so 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, school year.
For 3 hours.
Unless there's no school or a no student day, So it's not necessarily 5 days a week.
Right, I know.
Yes.
There's time off and stuff.
Yeah.
Do we give them anything to wear?
We have given them jackets in the past,
Okay.
so,
And I know
My
I'm
Weston is
Mary.
fully clothed, I know that.
Yeah.
okay,
So
so
Everest
My
Metro,
Weston is closed,
Everest Metro bought him a
and
jacket.
I'm wearing clothes.
That's good.
Oh,
That's smart. He can't help himself. All right,
I
can't
have
help.
a quick question,
Yes.
another question on this. Mary Steffen only gets paid for 1 hour a day. The gentleman that stands out there on Camp Phillips gets 2 hours a day. But Mary does the same thing that he does,
I think.
so
She does before and after.
Thank God they've never talked.
And after.
I would think so.
So you want to make it
Like
equal?
average of 2 hours per time, really.
At $15 an hour.
Yeah.
Keep it simple.
Yeah, I agree.
I only ever see the one when I take a walk in the afternoon.
you're talking $25 in 2 week period roughly.
Difference. Yeah.
And if we lose them, then you're sitting a cop out there for
Yeah.
$30 an hour.
I agree. Anyone else, any other comments? I need a motion.
I'll make a
Forward at
motion to move to
$15.
$15 an hour, $2 a day.
2 hours a day,
When,
okay.
right? You said two? Yep.
You said $2 a day.
You meant 2 hours.
I meant 2 hours a day. Good catch. Thank you. So where was
That's
I?
your motion.
It's effective immediately or January 1.
I think immediately. That's what I think.
I'll second that.
Yeah, I think
Motion by
immediately.
Maloney, second by
I'm so
Watson.
far behind, yeah.
Although, Jim, comment.
The hours, is that right? Like, school is the same on both of them, right, Ron? So.
It sounds like we're moving Mary
I-
to 2 hours a day.
I think she comes out for a half hour and then comes back in the afternoon for a half hour. But it should at least be an hour. I don't know how many people would show up for a half hour or even an hour. Should be an hour in the morning, hour in the afternoon. That's fine.
Let him know that.
I think
Yeah.
that
Let her know that too, by the way. It's an hour and your wage is more than.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Provided clothes.
I meant day glow. You know that too.
I know.
Okay,
Okay.
so I was a crossing guard and I used to have that belt. and it was really
Oh,
cool.
I love it.
Really cool. Anyway.
All those in favor of that motion state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried and those crossing guards are gonna be getting a nice raise to $15 an hour. Okay, moving back to item number 4, day-to-day operations, health insurance benefits. Who is grabbing that one? I know, Chief, you're gonna take part of it. Who's handling the?
I think Ryan wants the health insurance benefit.
Ryan, do you want to start first? Do you want Chief?
Yeah, so Village of Rothschild, they decided on Security Broad. It was going to be our health insurance provider, and the reason that's important is because Village of Rothschild is the one who picks for the officers of what plan they're under for health, dental, and vision. Dental and vision will be Delta Dental, Delta Vision, and then again, Security Broad is the health, and we had just over an 8% increase, so we actually fared very well. In consideration, I know you guys weren't as fortunate.
Mhm.
Many other communities were double digits, we were single digit, so that's wonderful.
So Delta Dental,
Delta Dental,
that's the only place you can go?
No, that
Well,
is
that's
the
the-
insurance carrier.
Oh, okay, thank you. So Delta I
Yeah.
means I can go to Wisconsin Eye Clinic.
Yeah,
if they're in network.
yeah, which they are.
Okay, yeah, they
And
have,
those are the same as what they had.
okay, gotcha. All right, good, good.
What were
Good to
what were the coverage deductibles?
So 30,
Individual.
33 and 66.
Okay, 3,300, 66.
Can we do a traditional plan or is it all HSA?
All HSA.
But there is some HSA money that comes back too.
yes.
Great. Any other questions on the board about Jim?
One thing just to add this, so everybody's transparent, there is a kickback that you get for HSA. It's 15 for a single and 3,000 for a family, but they have to pay 66.
And that was built in their wages.
It's HSA can carry year after year after year, right?
Yes.
Which is really
Sweet.
nice.
Very sweet.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
This is all.
So why did we feel we had to bring this at the end?
I wanted to put it at the end because sometimes we end up having a lot of discussions and we cover some things. So one of the things I had on here was the municipal court hire that we had to help out with tickets. Municipal court, everything looks really, really good in the municipal court. We have a 6-month window roughly in there. The town's actually gonna fare fairly well according to the contract. They're probably gonna get some money back next year, which is impressive for them, and they're not paying anything for that. My review's underway, so I know that the sergeants and captains got a survey on me. It's anonymous, so I don't get to see it. It goes to Mary and then that'll be coming to you.
Mine.
Okay,
I
so
don't care.
that's underway.
Did too.
I want to make sure I wasn't mixed up with.
I'm good. I'm good. And I'm still working on police survey. I'm behind a little bit on that in our quarterly report, so.
I'm gonna tell you.
Oh, go ahead.
The whole spelling of Mary, I thought it was a Christmas thing. And I don't know, that's Mary Ann Rothschild. Okay.
Just got one thing to add.
Yep, so wanted to give an update on Flock. I know that was brought up
Yes.
a couple meetings ago.
Yep.
So got a hold of Flock, kind of put some pressure on them. They were told where we wanted to update the new location to on Business 51 North at Eagles Nest Boulevard. November 25th is the tentative install date.
Oh, good.
So it should be going in shortly.
What date? I'm sorry. I didn't catch that.
November.
Of
November.
November.
This one.
Thank you.
excellent.
Well, it's Monday.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else? Chief, Nick, Ryan, Jamie, anything else on operations day to day? If not, we will move to item number 11. Need a motion to adjourn. Maloney, need a second. Halligan.
Pull that trigger.
All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
We are done. Meeting's adjourned.
Very excited about the building.
Do we need to set the next meeting date?
Oh, I didn't.
I think we put